Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, April 21st in the MLB. We have three plays ready for you guys in this video. If you are new, it's Austin, joined by Logan, recapping yesterday on Sunday. Logan, a great Easter for us, a 2-in-1 day. Trey comes through. That's what goats do. We had the Marlins team total over 2.5. They came through late in that game, ended up putting 7. And then the Athletics could not get us a second run. The Brewers did way more damage than I expected. Should have just taken the regular over. We're retiring those both 2+ first 7 picks. But hey, great end of the week, Logan, and a great start to a new week. Let's try to do a 2-1 or 3-0 day today. We only got 3 picks. We're going to dive into them right now. If you're looking for the NBA video, should be live in a few hours. Hopefully we can smack that. But let's dive into our hits, runs, and RBIs play. One of my favorite plays of the day. We've been doing really well on these recently. And this guy's in arguably really a contract year, if you will, and he's been crushing the baseball. It is going to be Pete Alonso. I love his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, -110 on DraftKings, a 1-unit play. Him and the Mets are back at home in Citi Field, where they've been the last few games, facing Aaron Nola and the Phillies. So a big divisional game here. Now, Pete Alonso, like I said, last year, not a great year for him. Signed that 1-in-1-year deal with the Mets where he has a player option next year. And at this rate, he's opting out of that thing and going into the free agency because he has been scorching the baseball this season. He's batting .346 with 6 homers. Last 15 days, a .400 batting average with a .492 on base percentage. Now, he's been really the only one on the Mets that's shown up, but recently we've seen Soto start to get cooking. He has 2 hits in back-to-back games. And we look at the last 7 days, Lindor's got a .364 on base percentage and Soto a .333. But again, he was pretty cold till the last 3 days. He's had a hit in 3 straight, 2 hits in back-to-back games. And today they're facing Aaron Nola, who has been a straight fade so far this season. I mean, Aaron Nola has really struggled, allowing a .304 batting average to lefties, .396 on base percentage. I put that up, not that Pete Alonso is a lefty, but it would be very important if he could come up with guys on base, because then we have just the chance for one hit, get an RBI, boom, we're out of there. Again, Soto this season and versus Nola batting .470, has a .472 on base percentage against Aaron Nola. Lindor only a .256, has struggled there, but this is a different Nola. He's really struggling this season. But let's talk about Pete against Nola, which is one of the main reasons I'm here. Pete, 17 for 52, a ton of plate appearances, batting .327 lifetime versus Aaron Nola. But the big thing in those 17 hits, 6 of them have left the ballpark, 6 home runs, and we've seen him really struggle in this season. To righties, Nola's going to throw 3 main pitches, a sinker, his knuckle curve, and his 4-seamer this season. Versus those pitches, Alonso's hitting .368 versus the sinker and .455 versus the 4-seamer. Knuckle curve is a hard pitch to really say, hey, this is how Alonso's doing, because you don't really see a lot of pitchers throw it. But we've seen Nola's 4-seamer or knuckle curve with a .400 batting average so far this season to righties. So a little bit struggling. The one other thing I wanted to bring up, look at Pete Alonso's baseball savant chart. There's a whole lot of red here, man. Look at that. 100th percentile in expected WOBA, 100th percentile in expected slugging. I mean, he is crushing the baseball. A lot of red. Yeah, love to see it. And he's not striking out a lot, putting the ball in play. Walks don't do us a whole lot here, but Soto has a ton of walks drawn versus Aaron Nola. So let's hope he doesn't walk back-to-back, guys. Let's get Pete Alonso up and swinging the bat, and he's been swinging it better than really almost anyone in baseball. So I love his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Could do it with 2 hits, could do it with a home run, or runs, RBIs, you name it. And I also like the guys behind him that haven't been swinging a hot bat recently, but Nemo, pretty good splits against Nola. We'll see who else is behind her. Winker, Acuna's been swinging pretty well too. So I really like Pete Alonso to do some damage today. Give me his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. But look, word on the street, you got to play for the people. Where are you going? And it's a sneaky under. What game are you going to?
Yeah, this is going to be an under between the Blue Jays and Astros. It's going to be the under 7.5, -110 on FanDuel. I do like this under. I like an under to start this series in Houston. Both these offenses and starting pitchers, I trust the starters. I don't really trust the offenses to be able to really explode and just kind of make me look stupid. Knock on wood. Hopefully I do not come on here tomorrow after 10 runs in this game. But let's talk about who starts for the Astros today. It's going to be Hunter Brown, 1.5 ERA, .83 WHIP. Amazing stats to start the year for Hunter Brown. Some of these pitchers, when they're starting out of the gate really hot, I just want to keep, I want to continue that trend until they really show a slip-up outing or two. Brown has been a starter for 3 straight road starts. This is his first start back at home, where obviously I think Brown does pitch a lot better. He went 6 innings pitched in every outing this season, which is really solid. I mean, he's going to give them length. He's going to give them efficient outings. And what I also like is that against righties, Brown's only allowing a 132 batting average. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, hasn't allowed a hit as well either. Those are a couple metrics against the Blue Jays that I think are really crucial because, number one, some of the best hitters in this Blue Jays lineup are righties, Bo Bichette, Guerrero Jr., and they don't have great splits versus Hunter Brown. They're 0-5 and 0-3 against Brown, respectively. I'll live with the guys like in the bottom of the order, the Ernie Clements, those types of guys. Those are the guys that ruined this bet. Well, you tip of the cap, but then Hunter Brown just didn't have it today. But I really think he's going to have a solid outing. And then I also think on the other side, Kevin Gausman is going to have a solid outing. He starts for the Jays, 2.49 ERA, 0.7 whip for Kevin Gausman. 91st percentile on walk percentage. That's big. I don't like pitchers that come on that have a road start and that come in here and just allow free base runners. It's one of the most annoying things to watch because you just don't even make them have to work for it. It's just 4-pitch walk, take your base. And I don't like that. Kevin Gausman is really good at just throwing strikes and being an efficient pitcher in the zone. On the road, he's only has a 2.03 ERA on the road too. So I like the fact that he's even away from home, he's been a solid pitcher this year. Against right-handed batters, he's only allowing a 122 batting average. Left-handed batters, only a 222 batting average. So even both sides of the plates, he's been really good against. And I really do mention that right-handed, the righty-righty matchup with Kevin Gausman, because look at some of these guys in their splits versus Gausman. Christian Walker, 1 for 10. Isaac Paredes, 2 for 10. Yordan Alvarez is a lefty, 0 for 10 against Kevin Gausman. If he can continue that trend of performing really well against those guys in this Astros lineup, I think he's going to have a really solid start. And then if you look at the Astros too, just 25th in batting average versus righties. They have not seen right-handed pitching well this year. I'll just go ahead and continue that trend today. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I think both these starters do their jobs. And then we go to the bullpen. Blue Jays, 10th in bullpen ERA. Astros, 4th in bullpen ERA. 2 top 10 bullpens as well. So you look at that, you look at all that piece together. I really do like an under at 7.5. I obviously, there's not a ton of wiggle room. It's not like I'm taking an under 9.5, but 7.5. I love this bet. I love both these two stars. Get it done for us today. But Austin, you got another pick. Where are you going?
Yeah, I love that under. I like both those two pitchers matchups. Hopefully they show up. I have a hit parlay. We're hopefully can get these going. We ended Brendan Donovan's hit streak the other day, and of course he gets to hit the next day. These two guys just saw their hit streak, and let's see if they can come through today for us, because that's going to be our boy Xavier Edwards, who helped us out. Well, actually didn't help us out at all yesterday with the Marlins bet, and Jung-Hoo Lee of the San Francisco Giants. Each score to hit -114 on DraftKings. Keep it simple. As I always say, if you play these on FanDuel, there's a chance if one of these two guys isn't in the lineup, they pinch hit, they don't get a hit in that 1AB, you're screwed there. So don't play it on FanDuel unless that's your only book. And if so, I maybe would wait until lineups are announced, which should be given plenty of time before the game start. But either way, I like both these two guys who both did go 0 for yesterday, and they also are both hitting over 300 this season. So two guys that are seeing the ball well, they just couldn't find a gap or find a hole. And I think they'll eventually change that. Both are also returning back home, which you love to see. And they both have, like I said, swinging hot bats. Now we'll talk first about Xavier Edwards, who is of the Marlins. Will face a lefty, Nick Lodolo, today. Now, Lodolo is scheduled to start. I can't guarantee he starts. He was just placed on the paternity list. So congrats to him. I don't know if he has any other kids, but congrats there. But again, he's coming in here facing the leadoff guy, Xavier Edwards, who's batting .352 at home this season. Look, Lodolo, he has a 2.3 ERA, but the expected ERA is 3.5. I think he gives us some hits here today to the Marlins. They are a team that swings early and often. So they can pile up the hits, and there's a chance Xavier Edwards bats at least 5 times in this game. If he goes 0 for 5 once again, I'll live with it. Not really a guy you want on base because he can steal, and he's not normally a guy that's swinging for home runs and stuff like that. He's very similar to Luis Ariz, who they traded away. Hopefully Luis Ariz is okay, as he was stretched off the field last night. So hopefully he's fine. Prayers to him. It seems like the first initial reports he's fine. But again, Xavier Edwards, I think he can put the ball in play. He's also super fast. So if they want to give him a bunt, he'll do that. If they want to, if he gets like a cheap ground ball, he could easily beat that out. Love Xavier Edwards. And then Jung-Hoo Lee on the other side will face Quinn Priester. If you're looking for a guy to regress, that's Priester. This season, he has a .9 ERA, expected ERA 5.39. So a lot of regression is expected to come for him. And this last year, he allowed a .330 batting average to lefties, which is obviously what Jung-Hoo Lee is. Jung-Hoo Lee batting .370 at home and Oracle Park. So he's been crushing the baseball. If you want to look at the pitches that he's likely to see, the number one most used pitch by Priester is his cutter, and Jung-Hoo Lee, expected batting average 519 versus cutters this season, 290 last year. So again, I see this as a great spot for both these two guys to go in there, get ourselves a hit, and get on out of there. They can get 2 HRRs, and get 2 bases. I don't care. We just need a simple single, and I think both these guys deliver just that. So to recap the picks, we have this hit parlay, which I love. Then we have Pete Alonso's over in hits, runs, and RBIs. And we have Blue Jays and Astros under 7.5. Simple as that. Let's hopefully get another 2-in-1 day or 3-0 day. Why not us? But those are our favorite picks. We don't have a big slate. We'll have probably more picks tomorrow. And let's have ourselves a 3-0 Monday. Again, hope you guys had a happy Easter. If you want the NBA Best Bets video, should be live in a little bit. And we'll be running back the ladder challenge as well later today. Either way, have a great Monday, great start to the week. Let's have a great day. And we'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace.